And welcome everybody once again to the Speed Report here on 105 The Drive and on Twitch Monster 27, 105 The Drive on the YouTube side. I am Sam Cook. I thank everyone for joining me as usual. You can check out everything KMR on www.thegamingriff.com. You can check out all three series. The Truck Series just ended, the X Series has just started to chase, and the Cup Series continues its grind halfway through round one of the postseason. So we start off here, obviously with breaking news, and the breaking news is that Pennzoil Racer calls it quit until next season. Pennzoil Racer is a Cup Series driver. He's in the chase for the X Series. He finished the Cup Series, eliminated from chase contention after the first round, and he's going to call it quits. What does this mean? Well, this means that he will be in the qualifier for sure next Cup season. He'll be there in the qualifier, so you can guarantee one driver that's going to be there trying to get into the Cup Series. Hope he makes it in. He was a decent driver when he got there, and it can do nothing but get better as time goes on. So we wish him the best, as he cites some personal reasons as to why he is out. All right, now let's talk about this Truck Series. Joining me today is driver of the number 2 Penske Racing, Deuce and Slothy, and also joining me is driver of the number 6 Roush Racing Ford. That's Terrier. Terrier, thanks for joining us today. Slothy, thank you for joining us today here
I'm actually
on.
right now, guys.
Yeah, he's got some additional soundtracks going on back there in the background. But thank you guys for joining us here on the Speed Report tonight.
Welcome.
All right, well, we're talking about the Truck Series, and obviously we know that Foreign Whip is our Truck Series champion. So again, congratulations to Foreign and everything he has been able to do the Truck Series season. Man, he was just able to overcome all odds. He had the help that he needed as well. Because coming into that Daytona race, things were not looking good, but because of a penalty that was handed to the 72 after the events following the Gateway race, it put him as the points leader, and he did everything possible to make sure he won that championship. Terrier, you were there and present running with him. How impressed were you of Foreign Whip all season long?
I was shocked. I tried to get there, but I screwed up at one racetrack, and that was it. He drove the mess out of it.
Yeah. That's kind of how it works, man. You got any races in particular you have in mind as to, you had an opportunity to battle and just Foreign just got the best of you in that race?
That would have been Phoenix. I almost had the win at Phoenix. When he said it would have been one more lap, I would have had him. I just tried everything at Phoenix, though.
Yeah, definitely. Slothy, you had the opportunity to watch this guy in the Truck Series. You got a chance to call some officialize some races there in the Truck Series. Just tell us what impressed you about Foreign in the races that you saw.
Yeah, sorry about the background. I've been trying to fix it. I've actually raced with Foreign Whip at, what was it, the Demolition Derby you called it? The Truck Derby at Eldora?
Yeah, the KMR special there at Eldora, yeah.
Yeah, and I drove the number 9. I was in the number 9 Toyota Tundra in that race. He done pretty good. He actually raced us all clean. He's a clean racer. And I guess he's a Matt Crafton now, because he come out and showed him what he was made of and done what he needed to do to go win a championship.
Okay, I haven't quite spoke with him yet. Be sure to mute your mic in and out, Slothy. There we go. I haven't quite spoken with him yet as regards whether he's going to run next season. That will happen in the off season. But if he were to return to the Truck Series next season, is he a surefire champion? Is he someone that you're going to have to contend with, or do you think because of circumstance he got this championship and he'll struggle to get others?
He might contend for one. Unless it hits him. He could. actually have a chance to do it again. Yes, he can do it again.
Slothy, what do you think about that? Could he contend next season if he chose to race?
If he chooses the Truck Series, I think he can come back and win 2 in a row. I really do. If he comes back with this much encouragement, you can't never tell. You might see him in the Xfinity Series just going out, because you can't never tell. You might see him in the Xfinity Championship going after a hit. He might just want to move up in the ranks as winning these championships. And be pretty soon battling with us up in the Cup.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, Slothy. So stay right there. If he were to make it, if he were to come in the Cup at the time that Wes and Pennzoil got their call ups, what type of Cup driver do you think that he would be?
He would be probably at least around the middle of the pack. Maybe at some short tracks and stuff. I know he's a short track driver. He'd probably be up there with us. Me, Nightfall, who else? Hindu and all of us. He'll be up there with us. Swift. I know he's a short track driver because I see what he can do on the short tracks. I know he's a super speedway driver because I know I see what he can do on a super speedway.
Yeah. All right, so if I'm going to say one thing, if I'm going to say Foreign Whip, what's the first thing that comes to your mind about him? If you were to sum his performance in the Truck Series up in one word, what would that word be?
The way his season started was kind of crazy.
Yeah, the way his season started and look now, I think he done the rest of the season awesome. The way his season started, I give him probably like a 3.5. Now the way he finished it, he just booped it up to a 9.5.
Terrier, you think of one word that describes Foreign Whip. We say foreign. What's one word that you would say to describe him?
A Matt Crafton.
Okay.
Most likely.
Okay. That's
because.
So you're merging Matt Crafton together. It's not Matt Crafton. It's Matt Crafton. Okay, got it.
Yeah, just merging it together.
Can y'all still hear the background music, or is it turned down? Because I turned it down.
I don't even hear anything.
I hear it, I hear it. I can still hear it. Yeah, that bass, he's got you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you might just have to go back and forth there.
Yeah.
But so Matt Crafton would be the word that you would describe. So you would describe him with a name, basically.
Yeah, that's what I would do too.
Okay. Well, you know what? How concerned, Terrier? I'll go to you. That way we can mute the mic over there on Slothy's end. Terrier, how concerned are you when you look at Foreign, even though he was able to win a championship? How concerned are you of the fact that he still has not gotten to victory lane yet so far this season?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, and the same thing for me is the same way for him. Because I haven't gotten victory lane either. But he's been close to get into victory lane, though. I just did a voice crack. I already knew that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Nobody's perfect here. We want to thank all our 7 viewers for joining us right now as we talk about our Cup Series, our Truck Series champion. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. Truck Series champion and Foreign Whip, who was able to win this past weekend there at Daytona under the lights. An awesome race. Slothy, if you're talking to Foreign and you're trying to give him some encouragement on what he needs to do to get that truck to victory line. To get that truck to victory lane. What do you tell him? What are you telling him that you see that's gonna be able to help him get that thing to victory lane?
Do what he's been doing. If he can keep on what he's been doing, he will end up being in victory lane by 3rd race of next season.
All right. So he got to keep doing what he's doing, keep persevering, huh?
Yep.
All right. So if you're out there foreign and you're watching this broadcast, take it to someone who does have championship experience, has a championship under his belt. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. Second place is not a bad number. So he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. We do have in the chat Speedy, Jazz Daddy, Golden Dragon. Thank you guys for joining us here on the Speed Report for this week. All right, so let's do some breaking down, guys, of the Truck Series. And let's talk about now our second section here on the Speed Report that we're going to talk about. What don't you like about is our section that we're in right now. And let's start with our second place guy. Obviously, many people know him and will continue to know him. Some people are getting acquainted with him. He's a rookie in the Truck Series. He was a rookie in the Truck Series. He's a rookie in the Cup Series as well. He drives the 72. His name is Wes. All right, so we'll start with you, Terrier. You race with Wes. You continue to race with Wes in the Cup Series. What do you like? What don't you like about Wes?
Okay. I like how he races. Sometimes he's not that hard and not that dirty. He races clean. That's the good thing about him. It's just when you irritate him, you don't want to get his anger side on you. From what I've seen.
All right.
From other drivers.
All right. Okay. And something you probably experienced as well. Slothy, what do you like about the 72 seasons in the Truck Series? What don't you like about it?
What I do like about him, he's a good racer. And what I don't like about him is I know he's going to battle for wins in the Cup Series. But, you know, he's got to be consideration there saying, this guy's going after a championship. He's got more than what I can lose where he's just a rookie where he didn't make the playoffs. He's got more than I can lose. If we're, like I said, like a Cup driver's faster than him, he'll block you anytime. You have to use your bumper, and sometimes he'll just take like a bumper and just spin his own self out and call aggressive on you. That's what I don't like about him.
All right. All right. Now remember, guys, that we're talking solely about the Truck Series. We're not talking about the Cup Series. We're just talking about the Truck Series here. But to the note that you said, there have been drivers out there who have stated how aggressive he has been in the Cup Series. Well, that's for a later discussion. In the Truck Series, remember, he was aggressive because he had to be. He's fighting for a championship. He was trying to recover from a mistake that he made. He had to be aggressive. And let's not sit here and act like other drivers were not being aggressive as well. So
don't forget he won a lot of races
as well. Absolutely. And there was a lot of pressure that was on his shoulders that would not have been there otherwise. So, a lot of different stuff. And we also have to remember one big thing. When you look at Wes, if you look at his stat line, it says rookie. So we have to also remember he's new to KMR. So he's getting adjusted just like everyone's adjusting to him. So I want to throw that out there too. And that goes for any of the series drivers that have rookie or pro next to their name. That means that they're rookies or pros. And even though they may not be a rookie to racing, they're a rookie to us. The way we race may be different to the style that they're used to. That's something they have to get adjusted to. Everybody adjusts at different rates. So we have to keep that in mind. Here's something that our analyst, Speedy, said in the chat. He said, I think the races should be a little longer. Not happening. And more patience and respect from all drivers. Drivers got to race cleaner, and with more respect, racing would be better. Amen to that B part of that statement. I do thoroughly agree with that. And so that's something to take to heart. All right, so moving on to our next driver. We'll stay right here. Driver of the 09, Terrier. All right, so we're not going to start with Terrier first. We're going to let Terrier talk last. We're going to start with Slothy. Slothy, what do you like about Terrier's season in the Truck Series this past season, and what don't you like?
Terrier, You gotta get a little bit more aggressive when you're driving a truck. That's what I like about you, because you got up on the wheel and drove the truck. Like I've been racing with Terrier ever since NASCAR 15, and he races just like I do whenever he can get the right dials in. And I like the way you're bringing my racing into your racing. But the thing I don't like with Terrier is your composure about, if it's early in the race, saying, letting these guys go. You gotta stay up front, buddy. You gotta be up front the whole time.
Hey, you know what? I agree. I actually do agree with you, Slothy, 100%. I love how Terrier, you got better as the season went along. When we first saw you at Daytona for the Truck Series, you were the Terrier that I remembered at Martinsville that time when you were subbing, and it was just a disaster and a half. But as the season went on, you got progressively better. I point to the Roval race. That's when I noticed a big improvement, because even though you're not good at road courses, you went to the Roval and trucks, you had a decent finish. Then you go to the Roval and X Series, you had a decent finish. Then you go to the Roval and Cup Series subbing, and you had an awesome finish and
I
kept
finished
somebody in the
sixth.
points running.
I think I finished sixth or
You had
fifth.
that's an awesome running with those Cup Series guys. So I said, wow, now this is an improvement. And it just got better and better. And by the time it was time for the playoffs, you went to ISM and you contended with Wes, coming down to the wire neck and neck. If the Terrier from the Martinsville sub race back on 14 and 15 did that, you'd have been like 6 laps down and probably would have quit the race. So I definitely have to say, what a big improvement that you made throughout your season as the season progressed. And I just have to say, man, you just got to keep that up as time goes on, as you battle in this X Series championship in the postseason, and as you battle in Cup, obviously for next season in the top 10. Keep it up. Slothy's exactly right. You cannot be passive
I
at the beginning
realized
of
that.
races.
I
You gotta
right
be
when I heard him
aggressive.
say that, I realized that.
Absolutely. So, what would you say you liked and didn't like about your season this past season?
Hmm. Only thing I like about it is the way I started the playoffs. When I finished second, just kicked me into high gear. That's what started it. Phoenix is what started it all. The battle my way in is what started it all. That's the good side about it. The bad side about
All
it, I
right.
didn't want to race. That's the bad side about it.
Well,
I
think
was
about this. You're in the same boat as what, 95% of the truck series. I mean, if you wasn't West, you really wasn't winning, unless you were Pennzoil. I mean, it is what it is down there at the end. So you did really good. Here's what our analyst said, Speedy. He said Terry had a good season, good consistency. Just needs to work on his strategy and patience around other drivers. Log that away as Speedy. Obviously, we know multiple championships, one MVP, and knows a way around a race truck or race car. So, good advice there. All right, so let's move on to our next driver. We're talking about drivers that were eliminated from chase contention in that first round. Obviously, we know only 2 rounds. So let's talk about our first driver that was there and that was eliminated. And that driver is going to be the 98 of Pennzoil, who had a really good season overall. I mean, got a couple wins or whatever, but just one mistake kills it for you, especially in the Truck Series and X Series and the way it's shaped up. Terrier, what do you like about Pennzoil's season? What don't you like?
the season. He started off strong, and then almost at the mid-season, it just dropped. He was in contention, and then he lost it when he got into contention. He lost it. He was so good, and it just got worse. Like, he was finishing, like, in the back. That's the bad part. The good part was that he won a race, and he had a good roll going at the start of the season. That's what I got.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I agree with you, man. He started off, I think we remember that Auto Club race where he, stole the show there with his strategy and everything. We were comparing him to the next Speedy. And then we put him in a bracket with him and Wes and Foreign as the big three. Slothy, what do you like about his season? And then what the heck happened to it later on?
I liked Penzl. His season went out pretty good. Give me like 1 second.
We still hear the club music going on back there, but we're not gonna say anything. He's having a concert right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Since there's nothing going on with concerts.
Cookie, you're supposed to pass me on this, and my dad turned the bass up.
I got you. Okay, well, one thing I really like about Pennzoil is exactly what Terrier alluded to. Definitely overall, when you look at his season, one of the only other drivers in the league that was able to get to victory lane. He was fast. One thing I really liked about him that it looks like he was almost on the same level as Wes was strategy. And that's one thing that I believe kicked Foreign every single race. Pennzoil knew how to manage his tires. He knew how to manage his fuel. And he knew how to manage his surroundings to be able to get to victory lane. But I think toward the end of the season, I think two things happened. And here's what I don't like. If you're going to race in KMR, then you have to be adaptable. Your best drivers, your champions are adaptable. They're able to change their racing style. They're able to go to that next level.
Too loud. I'm just going to leave them back.
All right, then, bud. Well, thanks for joining us for the limited time that you did. We'll see you later on. But anyway, one of the things that he was able to do was adapt. Or one of the things that, he was able to do was adapt. But when he got to the postseason, I think first off that DNF, that self-imposed DNF hurt his confidence. And I think he just kind of gave in to Wes. And I think number two is he didn't take that extra step. He was doing what he was doing in the regular season. And I just don't think that well, obviously, it's not that I don't think it obviously did not get it done. And he didn't handle the pressure of having that postseason well. So I'd like to see that improve for next season. Obviously, he has some things going on right now. So he is currently chilling at the house right now. But I just want to see a little bit better execution. And I want to see that extra step for next season. Here's what Speedy had to say. Pennzoil had a great season. Good, fast driver. Just near the end, made some bad choices. Got him in trouble. Just has to really work hard on staying consistent and work on not getting into issues with other drivers. Okay, well, that's also something that you have to keep in mind, too, that he was tend to got a little sidetracked there, and that can definitely hurt a driver in the long run there. It can become a big distraction, so things that Pennzoil can definitely keep in mind as the time goes on here. All right. Okay, so 10-4, boy, I got you. All right, so let's talk about our next driver. It seems to have just fallen completely and totally off the map, and that is the 51 of Wool Tortoise. Wool had a teammate. We'll get to him in a second, but Wool Tortoise, man, another driver that started off really strong. Terrier, he got him a win at Martinsville.
Oh, that was a shocking one. I wasn't there for that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. That's right. You missed that. It got him a win at Martinsville. I believe it's on the 105 The Drive stream, so you can go back, guys.
It was on you.
Look at that.
YouTube.
It was an awesome race.
I saw it on YouTube, though.
It's an awesome race. But he was able to get his first win, his first career win in KMR. And then all of a sudden, it just seemed like things unraveled again in the postseason, just like Pennzoil. Terrier, what do you like about Wool Tortoise season, and what don't you like about it?
Okay, I liked about it. He had good strategy. He also, at least he won a race. That's a good thing too. But that was a shocking win. Because I think, was it like a shootout?
Two. I think it was like a 2 to go
Yes,
shootout or
that's what I'm
something like
saying.
that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it was a shocking win because of that. The bad thing is, I think he screwed up a couple times with the strategy. But he had a strategy that actually worked. But sometimes it didn't work. That's what I got for the bad part.
Well, one thing I tell you, I really liked was he came on really strong, much like Pennzoil. He came on really strong, and he really wanted to, um, he really wanted to, he wanted to get off to a good start. He had a stigma about him that, a bad taste in people's mouths from when he ran the Cup Series. He wanted to come in and make a difference. He saw his opportunity, came in and got that win, came on strong, did really good. Um, Here's what I don't like about what happened, and I think it's the same thing that happened to Pennzoil. Once he got that DNF, I think it just really took the life out of his season. And one thing that DNF did, especially with Wes finishing really well and Foreign finishing the race,
Was that the
was that
road
it put
course?
that Canadian Tire.
When he
I
was
think what
in the
happened
lead?
was,
He was in the lead, I
yeah,
think. Oh, he was it.
yeah,
It was
and
the
tried to
internet.
invite me or something.
In it, yeah, and I think no, one person lagged out and then he lagged out. Something like that happened. Because that was just crazy though. I remember that. Because I heard you say that, I'm like, oh. Yeah. I think that's what kind of screwed him though. So yeah. Did I just I think I just let. That's what I got.
Yeah, definitely. So the here's breaking news. There's something that's come up here, so we're gonna cut the speed report short, at least for right now, and we'll come back to it maybe in about an hour or maybe 2 hours. We'll come back to it and we'll finish up the late night speed report special edition. So we thank everyone, all our 7 viewers, for coming and joining us. We thank you, Terrier, because I know you're going to be gone later on.
Yeah.
But we'll
But I
finish
can
up
still
with the
I'm gonna
rest of
watch
the
it on
season.
Twitch though. I watched the rest of it on
Okay.
Twitch though. I'll be just laying in my
All
bed.
right.
So
And we appreciate your patience, guys. Remember to stay safe out there with the coronavirus. Make sure you keep your hands clean. If you have not washed your hands lately, be sure to do that. Make sure you
or
keep
wear some
everything clean and
gloves.
wiped down. And definitely gloves, so that you can make sure that everything is clean for you. All right, then. Until next time, have a good night.
See you. Bye.